President Biden travels to Belgium this week for a high-stakes meeting with American allies. He'll also visit Poland as the country helps millions of Ukrainian refugees fleeing Russian attacks. As of right now, the president has no plans to visit Ukraine itself. So for more on all of this from the western city of Lviv, we want to bring in Michael Bociurkiw. He's a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council, and he joins us now with the latest. Thank you for joining us, first off. We've had some correspondence in Lviv, and it's always so striking that we often introduce the correspondence leading up to them with the latest attack on various cities in Ukraine, in some areas just outside of Lviv. And then you go to the images of Lviv and people are walking around, they're at parks. So I want to find out, what is it really like in Lviv right now? Because the tension must be rising.
Yeah, well, good to be with you again. Yeah, it's a split screen reality. On the one hand, you see those images that you described. I was walking around yesterday and you have families taking selfies and enjoying restaurants and things like that. But let there be no mistake. I mean, the anxiety and the tension here is very, very high, and for good reason. Lviv symbolically has great importance, especially in the Ukrainian, even the Russian psyche. This is the birthplace of Ukrainian nationalism. This is where a lot of the dissidents who were sent to the Soviet Gulag came from. This is where a lot of Ukraine's leaders in politics, economics, and business and literature come from. And finally, this is where a lot of diaspora trace their roots to, including the big Ukrainian diaspora in the United States. Even my own parents were born literally down the road from here. So, in that first speech where Mr. Putin talked about the gory kind of denazification of Ukraine, I think a lot of people here, their alarm bells went off in their heads thinking that he will at some point target Lviv. It just is a very, very important place throughout Ukrainian modern history.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. And we've seen how sort of the spirit and the history of Ukrainians has helped to drive them. And even though in some cases they may be sort of outmanned and outgunned, it is that spirit that has allowed them to keep Russia at bay for so long. That being said, it's looking dire in some cities. Mariupol is looking very, very bad. I was reading some segments from your blog, and people are desperate there. And there is also a concern, and I'm going to ask you, is there a concern that as the Russian sort of ground initiative seems to slow and is not as impactful, that Russia will up the ante and we'll see some very sort of, we'll see the battle get even harsher than it is already?
Yeah, absolutely. You nailed it with that description. You see what's happening right now with the Russians turning to very, very powerful long-range missiles. The Ukrainians are fighting back with that spirit that you explained, but it's like turning up to a gunfight with knives, right? You don't have much of a chance. And it's just horrible. I mean, I've worked in many, many complex emergencies, man-made and natural around the world. And what I'm reading out of Mariupol from colleagues today is absolutely terrifying. You're reading about people having to eat stray dogs just to survive. They were melting snow just for water, and now that snow is melting, a lot of the water there is contaminated from dead corpses. You couldn't, describe a worse situation. But what's happening in the kind of bigger picture is, yes, the Russians seem to be going to their playbook of encircling major cities like Kyiv, and there was fresh reports of shelling in Odessa today, pounding them into submission and either demanding that people swear loyalty to the Russians or driving them out. And you see, Anne-Marie, that's the other important thing that often gets overlooked here, those millions of Ukrainians fleeing beyond Ukraine's borders. That's Mr. Putin weaponizing migration. We're talking now figures of up to 10 million Ukrainians fleeing into neighboring countries. That's almost a quarter of the Ukrainian population, leading many people, if you add that plus the violence going on, an attempt at genocide of the Ukrainian nation.
And then meanwhile, what we've seen on and off occurring are talks continuing. And in fact, President Zelensky says that he is, ready for negotiations. But do you think these talks have a hope of going anywhere?
Well, I think the latest is that Mr. Zelensky has requested for talks in Israel. But I can tell you from talking to ordinary people here the past few days, I haven't heard one person express optimism or support for these talks. I think the feeling is that the Russians, as they often do, will lay down concessions that no Ukrainian president could possibly agree to. And also, even if there was some kind of agreement on the Russian side, as we've seen over the past 8 years in Donetsk and Luhansk, they tend not to honor their ceasefire agreements. With Mr. Zelensky, if he does enter into peace talks, he will have to decide where to draw the line in terms of territory, whether to go, well, we're now a month into the war, whether to go a month backwards or all the way back into 2014 and regain Crimea, Donetsk, and Luhansk. So extremely, extremely sensitive talks coming up if they happen at all.
Yeah. Michael Bociurkiw, thank you so much for talking to us. Please stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.